do what G.K. Chesterton, who was, never heard of him, but he was the great ironist of the 1920s, who when he retired, he thought he would, quote, sit by the side of the road and be a friend to man. When this guy comes along, I can give him a nice, cold, stiff drink to help him on his way. Anyway, I first want to introduce my family, my wife, Sarah, and my youngest daughter, Hannah, my middle daughter, Alex, and my oldest daughter, Nell. You can stand up. The evaluations from the students came in this last week. Something the faculty always waits for. And members of the Columbia News Service said what they, which is what I've taught this year, said what they always seem to say, which is that however well or badly Professor Porter taught us, he was a funny guy. We liked his class because he would always make us laugh. Well, I don't feel really very funny tonight. Anxious, sort of, and maybe terrified would be a better adjective. Until yesterday, yesterday morning to be exact, when my dentist in Brooklyn Heights, which we have gone through our whole life, even though we no longer live in Brooklyn, don't ask, was replacing a crown. And I told him that, you know, tomorrow is my farewell party. And he said, great, embrace change. That's the great lesson of Charles Darwin. Being able to cope with things that evolve from one thing to another. I was under gas. He's going down into my crown. I think he had something there. I really think. I never knew that Dr. Sussman had this thing in him, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. What I feel most, though, is intensely grateful to the deans over the last 10 years, to Tom Goldstein, who hired me, and to Nick, and to David Keitel, who's been my boss for all those years. Him and his little refrigerator. For extending kindnesses on one occasion, another occasion, too many occasions to mention. I felt really grateful. And I feel grateful to the other faculty members, my colleagues, who are, I think, the most good-humored bunch of people I've ever encountered as a whole. I mean, there were times, but they were very good-humored group. As we shared confronting the issues that had dealt with the school over the last 10 years, the most horrendous being back in September of 2001, when we had to figure out how to counsel the students who we had sent down to cover the World Trade Center attack a bare week or two after they had arrived at the school from God knows where, which was quite incredible. I'm grateful to the members of the staff, to Shanice, to Pam, to Dee, to Alicia, you know, for cheerfully taking care of expenses. For when the Xerox machine gets hung up, what do you do? I mean, they were, you know, a classroom. I don't have a classroom, but, you know, they took care of things. That's very important. Mostly, though, I'm grateful to the students over the years. They don't think of themselves as being a major source of happiness for faculty members, since we scowl at them so regularly. But they are, indeed. And that's largely why so many of us think of this as such an appealing place. It's the students